Hey there, fellow maker. You've got Bill in the shop today. I'm doing a bit of a repair, and there's a good reason for it. This is a prop with a tiny little ding in the finish. This is the Code Geass helmet we made years ago. And I dropped something on it. I dropped actually one of these metal hooks that we have on our display here. I was reaching to get one of these and it fell off the shelf, landed on this helmet, and put a big old dent right there. Now, the fix for this is a little bit of a pain because we used this catalyzed finish to cover the whole thing. And this stuff is a rattle can where you pop it, mix it up, and you have 48 hours to use the entire can. So obviously, I didn't want to pop an entire like $30 can just to fix one tiny little thing. However, I just finished another project where we used one of these and I have some left over. Perfect excuse to go in and finally fix all this. I do need to pretty much strip the paint off of this entire silver part on the top here and repaint the whole thing once we sanded and filled that whole thing in there. So we're gonna jump into that today and do a little repair. I'm gonna start by masking off everything that isn't the one part we're gonna work on here. This will protect it while we're sanding it and obviously mask it when we're painting. I've got everything masked off so I can start sanding, and I'm just gonna do the top surface, I think, all the way up here. In fact, there's a little drip right there. I can remove that from the original painting and it should look perfect after we fix it up. But now we just sand all this down to the plastic. Turns out we used purple filament for this. Who knew? Alright, it's looking a little cleaner, but I do think we need to fill that a tiny bit with something. I'm gonna fill it with just some super glue. It's not a very deep hole, and I'm in a hurry. If this was thicker, or if the hole was deeper, you could put a little baby powder in the super glue and mix it up, make a little paste. But I think this will be good enough for us. Kick that right away. All right, with that kicked, we can sand it all flush, and that should take care of the dent. We'll know when we prime it if we need to do any more work, but I think we got it covered. This thing. A little wet sanding here to get it all up to code for the priming. Our repair looks good. It's nice and flush. Just want everything to be as smooth as possible before we do our painting. Just a little bit more cleanup here on the edges, and I think we're ready to start spraying some paint. I'm going to mask off the rest of this thing though. I have this awesome tool that adds a piece of tape to a piece of paper, and it's so good for masking off large areas. Look at that. So easy. And then one more for the front. There we go. I let the silver paint dry and it's time for the clear coat. Like I said, this is a catalyzed clear. We've already popped the bottom. We used this yesterday on a different project. We mix it all up and it's ready to spray. It has a 48-hour window before this can turns into a brick. So today is the last day we could possibly use it. So I'm gonna put my respirator on. We're gonna head outside, spray this last bit of clear. This stuff will fully cure in like 2 hours. I want to take the masking off now very carefully so that the edge doesn't cause any problems, and then it'll be done. Well, we'll have to let it cure overnight before it's all done. There we go. It is now the next day and our finish is fully cured and all done. It turned out pretty great. I'm really happy with it and I'm glad I got to use this, a little more of this can than I had originally planned. Now, if you're gonna repair a paint job on any prop you have, you can do the same exact process, mask off the area, sand it, and then repaint it the same way you painted it the first time. It is a pain to have to do that, but sometimes that's the only way to fix a painted prop that's been damaged. This clear paint is really amazing. It's expensive, like I said. It also has a huge list of warnings on the back. If you do try using this stuff, make sure you read all that. Of course, spray it outside or in a well-ventilated area wearing a very good face mask because this stuff is nasty. That'll wrap it up for today's video. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here in the studio. Thanks a ton to the members of our Extra Credit Club. You can join either on Patreon or right here on YouTube. You find human beings who keep us employed. You get access to all of our videos early. Thanks so much for the support. Couldn't do it without you. That'll wrap it up for me here today. Let's put this thing on. Oh, we got an elastic thing here. Can't remember last time I put this on. Probably when we originally shot the first video. There we go. It even fits over my glasses. That'll do it for me today. Happy crafting. It's fogged up instantly. I can't see a thing. I just see 2 white glowing orbs where our lights are.
Excellent.